Hello, students. My name is Professor Deeniece. You can call me Denise or you can call me Miss Hatton, whatever feels right to you. My pronouns are she and her, and this is going to be a brief introduction about myself and about Soc 310 sociological theory. A few quick things about me. I was born and raised in Northern California, but I recently relocated to South Carolina. I am so invested in sociology. I have my bachelor's degree from Sacramento State University. Go Stingers, Stingers up. And I am currently working on my master's degree in sociology from Arizona State University. In addition to teaching this course, I also teach for high school students who are taking Sociology 101 as a college course through the National Education Equity Lab. So I have my hands in different pots involved in sociology. I am a mother of two teenage girls who keep me abreast of all of pop culture, what's out, what's the latest fad. They are my kind of guiding force to understanding, a different generation. And so I am heavily invested in what's out there, current events, the new trends, and I use my daughters as example throughout the course because they give me a lot of new information that I can help tie into the lessons that we will be learning about in sociology. I also have a dog. I would say puppy, but he's 3 years old now. His name is Dwight, like Dwight Schrute off The Office. He's a COVID puppy, so he is my first introduction to having a pet. But occasionally you'll see him floating through the lectures in the background. I absolutely love music. I am a concert buff. I have been going to concerts for, well, I don't want to go into dates, but a little too long, right? So I love going to concerts, and I am really looking forward to teaching you all about sociological theory. Throughout the lectures, every lecture I will start with music playing. Like I said, I love music, and I will either be a song that connects to the lesson or just what I'm feeling at the moment. And so throughout the lectures, I will sometimes refer back to the songs and how they tie in to the topics that we are discussing throughout the course. So a couple things about the sociological theory. The word theory often scares folks off, but I want to put out there right now that this course is not meant to cause any anxiety as far as learning theoretical perspectives. We are going to make it fun. We are going to take the roots of sociology and expand it to modern day. We will dive into the early years of sociology. We will talk about industrialism, capitalism, and how society, and then the crisis of capitalism. We will go deep into Marx. We will talk about Weber. We'll learn different ideas, bureaucracy, rationalization, and McDonaldization. Yes, like McDonald's. We will talk about that. Um, we will also talk about serious topics like suicide and religion and how Durkheim puts those into perspectives and how society plays a role in that. Then we'll get into more classical theories, Simmel, Veblen, and Mead. And then after that, after the spring break, we will talk more about structural functionalism, the cultural turn, cultural capital, political codes. We'll talk about how you need to build those social networks. And then we'll get into cultural hegemony and post-Marxism, and learn about how society took a turn and kind of shifting to modern times. We'll talk about race, ethnicity, feminism, gender, exchange theory, all these things that you can tie back to what's happening in our society now. And then towards the end of the semester, we'll get into critical theory, economics, and social construction. And then to wrap up the semester, we'll talk about economics, global capitalism, and then the social construction of reality altogether. We'll tie all these different theories in and how it relates to society. Through this course, we will depend heavily on discussion responses. You will be required to do a discussion response once through each module. And then with that, you will be replying back to your peers. I want you to use this discussion responses as a way to build community, a way to engage with your peers. And also in this class, you'll be required to do 2 papers. These papers will be loosely based on the materials, but you will also incorporate current events and ideas from the lectures and the videos that you will be watching. Also, there will be 2 main exams in this course. We'll have a midterm and a final exam. I will be going through the week before the exam, and we'll do a midterm review. There will also be some opportunities for extra credit throughout this class. My goal is that you have each other to rely on, so you can use those discussion boards to ask questions from one another. And I will also be in there frequently answering questions, providing the information that you need. I would love for you all to, take this course and come out of here with a better understanding of society and why these sociological theories are out there and how they're still relevant hundreds of years later. In addition to that, I really want to express the fact that this is an online course where we need to use proper computer etiquette, proper discussion etiquette. And proper is one of those words that it kind of depends on who's saying what, right? My proper may be different than your proper. But in the syllabus, there is a guideline about online etiquette. So I really want you all to refer back to that before you type a discussion response. This is a college course, so no profanity. We don't need to talk in or type in text language. Spell out your words, express how you're feeling. We want to engage in dialogue, not debate. There will be times when you may disagree with someone, and you can politely say you disagree, but the key word is politely. And then listen with intent. I want you all to read this with intent of good, of being in a helpful place with one another. So I want you all to just take a few moments, go through the syllabus again. If there's any questions that you have, any questions you have about me, like I said, I love sociology. I'm happy to dive into other topics. I'm happy to talk more about my college trajectory and how I got to where I am. I am a returning student, so I went back to school later in life, and I was able to accomplish all of my dreams, my aspirations while working full time, being a single mother, and going to school full time. And I'm happy to share that journey with you all. But in the meantime, I want you to go ahead and comment below this, and I want you to put in what you're listening to right now. What is your go-to? What motivates you? I want you to put that in the chat, and I'll start right now. I'm really into I love 90s music. Let me preference that. My favorite bands of all time are Incubus, Nirvana. I am someone who listens to 90s R&B on repeat, but right now I'm really feeling SZA. SZA is my go-to. SZA and The Weeknd. I have a weekend playlist that I just put on and let it go. So what is your playlist? What is a playlist that gets you hyped up and gets you in the mood? For me, like I said, it's the weekend playlist. It has every album, start to finish. There's no skipping. And I just let it go, and I could just put on my AirPods and zone out. So I want you all to comment below on this discussion board and tell me what you're listening to, what you're getting into. And everyone, I want you to comment back. If you comment back to one of your peers, you will get extra credit. This is not going to be an assignment that you're going to see posted on Canvas. It will be added later. So the only way you'll know about it is if you do it and if you watch this video. So thank you all for taking the time to watch this, and I look forward to teaching you throughout the semester.